Happy Sabbath, everybody. We are on our way to Bo's farewell. Look at these handsome kids. Can you stop making that sound, please? Treyu, Xander, Ari, India. What else we got?
My name is
Nico, Kenya,
Kenya.
Adana,
Donna.
and I'm missing something.
And
So,
I'm
like,
missing.
oh, my baby. She's in there.
Daddy.
All right, we'll see you in there.
Daddy.
I'm not supposed to film anything, but I'll see if I can capture a little bit of what a farewell is like. This is our church. This is what the ward building looks like. So everybody that kind of lives around this area will go to this church. And I just wanted you to see our awesome mountains. You can't really tell, but the leaves are starting to change. Look at this handsome fellow.
Are we late?
Pose.
Huh?
Pose.
I'm posing.
So, here we go. That's 115. You need 50. Erase that one.
Supporting me. I know a lot of you came far to be here, so it means a lot. So I've been called to serve the Norway Oslo mission, and I'm super excited to go because I've heard that Norway is a really cool place. If you've ever seen the Disney movie Frozen, it's based off of Norway. So it's got like kind of the castle thing. It's basically Viking town. There's a lot of snow, and the animals there are like reindeer, polar bears, and moose. So it's very snowy. The mission I've been called to covers all of Norway, so I could be called to Bergen, which is full of bakeries and colored houses, or Tromsø, where it's dark all the time and it's super cold, and the sun doesn't even come up for 2 months over there, so let's hope it's not there. It does have a dark season, kind of like Alaska, and the food there I've heard is either really good, but I've also heard people tell me that it's really bad. So I guess I'll see when I get there. The language, Norwegian, is kind of weird. Like I know a few things like Jeg spiser jordbærkaken, which like I don't really even know what that means. Hopefully it's church related. But anyways, I've been asked to speak about coming unto Christ. And I like to start my talk off with a story that's important to me because it has to do with my ancestry. So it's a story of my great-great-great-grandfather, and his name was Christian Sko. He owned a bakery in the town of Hønefoss, and it was the late 1800s, and one day walking home from his bakery, he saw this crowd harassing two missionaries. And instead of going there and saying like, hey, like get out of the town, which is what everyone was doing because everyone there was Methodist at the time, he said like, if you guys aren't interested, just leave them alone. And because he was a well-respected baker, like everyone just listened to him and left the missionaries alone. Now the missionaries were so surprised that someone like wasn't just trying to kick him out, but the first thing they did was try and track him down. And when they found him, they offered to give a lesson. And in the lesson, they weren't able to convert him. He said, I'm already happy, I'm Methodist, but thanks for trying. And then a year later, the missionaries tried again and got him to read the Book of Mormon. And this time, they succeeded and he found that the book was true. So, because Norway was very, they were very like, all together in a group as the Methodists, when he was baptized in his family, they were like, nobody went to their bakery after. And they lost all their respect. Nobody like bought from them. They ended up going out of business. And they had to move. And that began the journey of how my great-great-great-grandmother moved here in Salt Lake. So I think my grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, Christian Sko, is a great example of how you can come unto Christ. And I think it's really cool that he gave up everything to really follow Christ. And I'm really honored that I can go back and serve in the homeland. So what does it mean to come unto Christ? Well, I think the easiest way to really come unto Christ is to be Christ-like. In Romans 10, we read that to be perfect and sanctified in Christ, we need to love God with all our might, mind, and strength. Well, now I thought, well, how do we love God? And in John 21, we read the story of Jesus talking to Peter after the resurrection. And he says, Peter, do you love me? And Peter says, yes, of course I love you. And he says, well, feed my sheep. And then he asks the same question, Peter, do you love me? Peter answers again, yes, of course I love you. And Jesus says, feed my sheep one more time. And then a third time, last time, Jesus asks the same question, Peter, do you love me? Peter says, yes, like I've already told you twice, I love you. And Jesus says, well, feed my sheep. I think that story really shows the emphasis that one of the greatest ways to show our love for our God is to bring others into it. The other thing was in John 13, we all know the 10 Commandments, but Jesus gives his commandment, and that is that you love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So I think the secret to being Christ-like is to really love one another. Well, how can we be Christ-like today? The past 2 years have been crazy. I've seen something I thought I would never see. BYU beat Utah. I'm just kidding. I'm talking about the pandemic. But I was a pandemic kid. Half of my junior year got canceled. My tennis season didn't even happen. It's probably the only reason Griffin can beat me. But what I've noticed is that nowadays people are so angry with each other and divided more than ever before. And people get so political, and it's like half the world hates the other half of the world. And I just think that now we just kind of need to chill and just love each other. Like another thing, I've only been driving 2 years, but one thing I've noticed is that people get so angry on the road, and it's like,
Oh my gosh. Alex has to do a Zoom fireside with England right now. And then Kenya had to go to the bathroom, and then Nico was a maniac in church, and he was trying to get up on the pulpit, so I was like, oh my gosh, because Alex had to leave early, so I missed the whole talk. I raced home, I put Nico to bed, picked up this babe, and just basically switched Alex places. So he is doing the Zoom while Nico's at home. I'm running back to my sister's house because I'm responsible for the chips. Because she's having Jimmy John sandwiches, and oh my gosh, it's just been crazy. So as far as I know, he did a great job. I don't know. Okay, I got kiddos helping me carry the bags of chips in. She's had a bottle. Take a little sigh of relief. Just a little one though. Look at his suspenders up his rear. Good job. Into the kitchen, Trey Trey. In the kitchen.
Yeah, we should be back tonight, so.
Here's the setup. Jimmy John's, and this is a Norwegian cake. And the dessert table. There are all the girls. India, is it Dana down there? That's the Norwegian Book of Mormon. And he's about off to Norway. You're on!
Welcome to the annual Shriner'S Hospital Walk for Love!
So Walk for Love. So we've all got our little flags here. We got the megaphone. Let Ari or Nico talking to it.
Nico,
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 say hi.
Nico, say hey. Say walk for love.
Walk for love.
Say walk for love. Say walk for love.
Walk alone, chicken noodle sandwich.
Okay, so we're gonna make a little walk around the block. This is for their annual Walk for Love event. It's virtual again, which
We'll walk for
stinks.
love.
But we've got the medals right here for when they get back. Put this into the grass.
Dad, put this on the front here.
There we go.
I'll move the straw.
All right, and as you can see, Nico's is red because he's the patient. If you're new to the channel, he had club feet when he was born, and Shriner'S fixed him up.
Walk for love.
All right.
Walk for
on, get in line. Here we go. All right, India, what are we doing?
We're doing walk for love.
Virtual walk for love around the block.
Get it, children. Be right. Walk for love. Walk for love. Oh yeah. Walk for
Everybody gonna walk for love.
What does he want? His flag? Oh, he's lost his stick.
Yay.
We need some music.
So Shriner'S Hospital, they treat all sorts of different kinds of, oh my heck, he's scrounging, scavenging.
Homeless.
They treat all different kinds of
Look in that bag.
ailments and physical disabilities, club foot, missing limbs. Anyway, they have been amazing. They treated Nico with his club foot. They casted him for weeks, and they treat anyone and everyone regardless of what you can pay. So we have 2 patients. Well, Nico's a patient of Shriner'S, and Alex would have been if he was in America. He has scoliosis, like a severe case of scoliosis in his spine. I mean, his spine is like an S curve. It's pretty crazy. So he would have been a patient of Shriner'S as well. So we're always happy to help support them because they literally are the reason that Nico is walking, and so many other kids. Okay, go, let's go. So we are happy to do this walk for love and anything that we can do to bring more attention and awareness to Shriner'S Hospital for children. Okay, we made it.
Okay, first we have Treyu. Now we have Kenya. Now Ori. Woohoo! And
Come put it on Nico, quick.
Nico. Yay!
My turn.
We have
Get a different one, please.
Mother.
Thank you.
We have